and welcome to News at Night. I'm Mike McDonald.
And I'm Colette Linden.
Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says the federal government is sending $542 million to Indigenous groups to help them set up welfare services for children and families. The Canadian government has been promising to transfer control over child and family services to Indigenous governing bodies so they don't need to rely on outsiders to protect children in First Nations, Inuit and Métis communities. Child protection agencies have often removed Indigenous children, not just from their parents, but out of their communities entirely when workers decide the kids aren't safe. That has broken up families and hurt children's connections to their heritage. Federal figures say Indigenous children make up more than half the kids in foster care across the country. Trudeau says the new money is for everything from research and expert advice to consultations on how those Indigenous governments will establish and run their own child and family services, as well as to support their negotiations with provincial and federal authorities.
After 10 years and growing demand, a group serving those in need plans to expand next year. A nonprofit that serves warm meals to people in need in Timmins says the number of people it serves has increased significantly this year. The group is making plans to expand to meet a growing need throughout the community. For the last decade, the Yo Mobile has offered meals 2 nights a week to people in need from October to April. The meals are offered out of a bus, which also gives people the chance to get out of the cold. This year, the number of people showing up for a meal has increased dramatically, says volunteer Huguette Bois. Bois says so far this year, the Yo Mobile is feeding around 250 people on an average night, up from about 150 to 175 most nights last year. Due to the pandemic, the team behind the Yo Mobile has had to make adjustments, including having just 1 volunteer serving food, installing plexiglass barriers, and allowing just 4 people on the bus at a time. Bois says that means many people are taking their food to go, and those who do go on the bus have limited time to eat and warm up. Organizers are planning for a new setup next year thanks to Coach Bus, donated this week by Tisdale Bus Lines. Bois says some work needs to be done to the bus, and the group hopes to have it operational next year.
Out with Nicole is back at Robin's Rooms once again to show us what else this amazing business has to offer. Let's take a look.
Oh my gosh, I am in heaven right now. This is where I want to be. I just want to live here, guys. You've got to see how much there is in this room. This should be my room, absolutely. Tell me about this.
Okay, well this is my dressing room. So I come in the morning and I sit here and I have my makeup and my lipsticks. But as you can see, it's pretty much the jewelry room as well. I'm a big fan of animals, you know, anything with the animal faces. So I've got Geico and snakes and butterflies and the peacock.
I love
the
peacocks.
Peacock.
I've got a pair of earrings and I've got one necklace that I got in Fiji when I was sailing.
Really?
It was absolutely, every place I went I got necklaces.
I always buy jewelry when I'm traveling.
Yeah.
It's such a reminder, isn't it? Of,
yes,
of the
every time. It's
memento.
like when you have that favorite song that reminds you of a certain time.
Yeah.
Same thing for me.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
You went right to the pearls. Right to the pearls.
I swear, it's absolutely beautiful. I see a blue is my favorite color.
Yeah.
I see a blue necklace over there.
Oh.
That is for sale. Is that one for sale?
One of them is.
One of them
there's actually 2 blue. One is for sale and one is not so much.
I definitely want to take a look at that one.
Oh, sure, absolutely. I'll set that aside for you. The brooches, I'm a big fan of using them on lampshades, you know, to keep them organized. And then you can see, then I can see what I have.
Love it.
If they're displayed.
You need to come check this place out. You need to come check this place out. It's absolutely beautiful.
Stay tuned for the next part of Robin's Room on Out with Nicole.
officials say the COVID-19 outbreak linked to Nipissing University's athletic community has grown to 16 cases. The outbreak was first declared on Tuesday when 6 people tested positive for COVID-19. North Bay Parry Sound District Health Unit did not say how many were students or staff. The health unit says the growth in cases is expected as high-risk contacts are tested. It says close contact tracing has been completed for positive cases. The health unit had said that the individuals interacted with other people at the university's gym and at social gatherings in the community.
Ontario's police watchdog agency says 7 investigators are probing an incident in which a child was shot dead and 2 others, including an officer, injured. 3 officers have been designated as subject officers, meaning they are under potential criminal investigation. The incident, which apparently followed an alleged child abduction, occurred Thursday in Kawartha Lakes, Ontario. The Special Investigations Unit also says 3 officers shot at a 33-year-old driver after his car crashed onto a cruiser, injuring an officer. His 1-year-old son in the back seat was killed. The agency says 4 investigators, 2 forensic investigators, and a collision reconstructionist are probing the incident.
Daniel LaPrade is up next with your local weather right after this.
When it comes to peace of mind, think KC Security Services, a locally owned and operated security service, voted the best security company in Sault Ste. Marie. We specialize in mobile patrols and alarm responses. At KC Security, we also offer stationary guard services for commercial and residential properties, events, and more. Available 24 hours per day, 365 days a year.
KC Security Services, where peace of mind is a matter of choice, your one-stop shop for all your security needs. Good evening and welcome back to your evening news on your Friday, November the 27th. We are looking at a change in the weather coming up early next week, but we are going to still enjoy some above seasonal temperatures for the weekend, but I'll have those details shortly. But let's take a look at the satellite and see what is going on out there. We do have cloud cover because we are seeing some spotty showers with flurries mixed in. That cloud cover is covering quite a bit of our region. But it is going to, we're going to see a mix of sun and cloud throughout the weekend, so there's not going to be much in the significant way of precipitation. It's going to be relatively calm. So let's get into what we're looking at. So let's take a look first at our camera, which is looking at the lovely bush plane today. So there we go. It is brought to you by wirelesscom.ca. And yes, they do have beautiful cameras such as this and telecommunication services. Check out their website for all their services they have available. And we do see that the sun is out and we have had a mixed bag today. And that's kind of how it was going to go for the rest of the night too, until we see things clear out late into the overnight, early morning. And we're going to also see a wind chill tonight too, so keep that in mind. So let's get into those temperatures and what we're expecting. We're expecting for our highs today 2 degrees in Thunder Bay, Wawa, and Elliott Lake. We're looking at 4 in Sault Ste. Marie and Sudbury, and 3 in Timmins. And overnight, we're going to get down to -4 in Thunder Bay and Timmins, -2 in Wawa, -1 here in the Sioux, and -3 in Elliott Lake and Sudbury. Relatively comfortable night. What we are looking at overnight for us here is mainly cloudy after midnight, 60% chance of wet flurries or rain showers coming in this evening. So there's still that lingering chance of that. Winds will become west 20 kilometers late in the evening as well. And as I mentioned, you're going to see a wind chill of -7 overnight. So if you're out, bundle up. Now, Saturday and Sunday are looking pretty good. 5 degrees on both days, a mix of sun and cloud on Saturday. Winds will be west still, 20 kilometers, and they're going to gust to 40. And we will see that wind chill of -7 in the morning, and that will dwindle away as the day goes on, and we will get down to a low of 0 on Saturday night, and it's going to be clear. And Sunday we will see -2 overnight, but we have a 60% chance of some flurries, but no major accumulation expected. So as we get up on your Monday morning, you're looking at -1 is your high on Monday. We do have a mix of sun and cloud on Monday as well. But the overnight lows are starting to dip down as we get into the work week. -5 overnight on Monday with a 60% chance of some flurries. Again, no major accumulation at this point. We are looking at overcast on Tuesday, and then we got the snow moving in on Wednesday and Thursday. However, those temperatures are still really good for this time of year, and we're entering December next week, and we're going to see 2 degrees on Friday. Things will clear up a little bit. Now our overnight lows are dipping down from 0 to -5 for 3 nights. We're going to see that, and then we're going to trend back up to the freezing mark when we hit it on Friday. So that's what's going on for next week. Now we are still tracking a system that is in the US coming below us in the south, and we will see if that's going to make any impact on our forecast next week. But at this point it is still looking about relatively the same with minor accumulation of snow. So we'll wait and see what happens with that. Okay, so we've got a special Weather Watcher video for you today, so enjoy. All right, so if you do want to send in your weather photos or videos, you can send them to ontvweather@gmail.com. We figured this was great for considering it was Thanksgiving in the US yesterday, and yes, the pets got to enjoy it too, although that cat didn't look like he was having any of it. But yes, that was a great video, so thank you very much for that. And so if you do want to send in those, again, ontvweather@gmail.com. And I'm hoping everybody has a great weekend. Stay safe out there. Mike and Colette are back with more news right after this break.
The number of reported new cases of COVID-19 and related deaths surged in Ontario a day after officials expressed cautious optimism the spread of the dangerous virus was moderating. Figures released show a record 1,855 new infections, a whopping increase of 25% from the previous day. Public health authorities also reported 20 new deaths. There were slight decreases in the number of COVID patients in hospital and on ventilators. The surge in new cases comes as the province, in line with other parts of Canada, grapple with how best to curb the spread of the novel coronavirus in an effort to keep the healthcare system functioning.
The Parade of Lights will look a lot different in Sault, Michigan this year, given the pandemic and the massive surge of cases in the county. Kayla Nicholson, Executive Director of the Downtown Development Authority, said that due to the rising number of COVID cases, the decision was made to host the parade in a socially distant-friendly manner. The drive-by parade had been recommended by one of the board members as an option based off of success stories seen from other communities. Tonight from 6 to 8:30, the parade will remain stationary on Bingham Avenue, and residents will have the chance to drive by. The Parade of Lights will start at the Lion Street intersection and proceed northbound along the west side of the street. Nicholson said that the route was chosen after multiple discussions and coordinating efforts with the engineering department as the safest and most efficient use of space while allowing two-way traffic to remain constant and normal. Parade goers will be able to remain in their vehicles with their respective families to drive by and enjoy the spectacle. To limit interactions, there will be no treat exchanging, sitting on Santa's lap, or tree lighting ceremony. However, the city Christmas tree will be lit for parade goers to drive by at the end of their route. Santa will be at the end of the parade as well to wave to those who pass by. They will have an elf with a social distant friendly method to give letters to Santa or wish lists any children would like to write and drop off.
I'm Mike McDonald.
And I'm Colette Linden.
We'll have more news and weather coming up after this.